really leveled up, right? Taking down events in the top 2 at events like Big House, right? Making waves this past year, and now locking in the Corrin, right? This has been that top player darling character for a little minute now, right? We've seen players like Spargo, players like Leo start to just pick up this character and try them out, and now it's Syrup's turn to showcase, I think, one of the coolest sorties in Ultimate.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people would call Corrin a boring character, but, you know, I wouldn't think a character that's Corrin. Like, yes, big range goes burr. You see Mr. Fluffy go for that down throw into the lightning kick back air. And honestly, the best game plan Mr. Fluffy can do is honestly a zoning game, because even though Syrup does have that range before, you know, that things like up air, forward air, and especially that side B pin, that's such good range, especially at maximum range. You know, you get the conversions, you get a lot of damage.
Exactly, but you want to be careful about the zoning game plans because of the Jin's Fire, because of the Phantom, right? How much end lag they have, and we saw right there Syrup looking for it. You can find those pins from the 45-degree angles, punish the end lag, as well as, even though Corrin is slow, with that back air, you can auto-space your way into the blind spots on Phantom. You can find your way to get these punished, but in order to do so, my friend, you have to DI.
I don't know if Syrup knew that Zelda up air was a kill throw.
Well, I think the jury's still out on whether it is or not, because Syrup was holding straight up there, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, Zelda up throw is something you definitely never see as a kill move right now. You see a pin just hit a straight up, and there's an up air catching Fluffy's jump.
And right, that Corrin up air, one of the best in the game. It carried him in Smash 4, it carries them here in Ultimate as well. It does so much work for this character, and finding the combo starter too, but Syrup just, you can see, right, this is very much a pocket pick. It doesn't have that up air pin down on lock, and so now is just gonna have to try and do it the old-fashioned way against Fluffy, who's gonna keep getting opportunities here, but Syrup locking down the ledge trap and keeping the pressure on, and there's that blind spot we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, there's the backer coming up for Syrup. This isn't quite over yet, though, because Fluffy has been able to zone Syrup for the most part, but I feel like Syrup's now just in a point where you can identify the Phantom range, you can find the Jin's Fire, and Nairu's Glove is also just something that's not been utilized right now because of the lack of projectiles that's being thrown out by Syrup. Like, the only one
Syrup is really the player who's been controlling the pace of the spacing in this game, right? Like, he has been the one forcing the engagement is in. He's been the one choosing when to slow the pace down and back off because of that pin, right? He doesn't have the movement commitment either, so it's a little harder to set up these Phantoms. And what we're seeing is just this ability to rinse, repeat, and really force Mr. Fluffy into using Lightning Kick just as a get-off-me tool, trapping him at lead. And once you're there, Zelda was only really good cool is to drop off and up air because of the big hitbox, but even that is predictable and easily punishable by Corrin here, right? He's just rinsing, repeating, playing to his win cons, and just out-funding Mr. Fluffy here at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's essentially what's going on, because you're seeing all these pins come out, all these Phantoms coming out. You know, you see Syrup just going for the chainsaw. He gets the shield drop, or was that a shield poke? Doesn't matter. The stock's gone.
I was gonna say that one just getting caught in shield there on that shield poke. You saw Mr. Fluffy just kind of resigning himself to his fate. What people don't know about that one, Super, is you can shield SDI it, right? You can hold 2 shield buttons and SDI match that stick real good to wiggle your way on out. You can't get the frame run roll invulnerability that you do after 6 or 11 hits, depending on the strength of the move, because there's actually a delay in Corrin's S smash that's long enough that it resets that timer. You can either shield SDI in or out there, and to pop out, in that case it would have been in, or you can drop shield there immediately and SDI up and away and buffer a jump to find your way out of that scenario. But this is scary enough that it's forced to switch out. We're back in the age of Lucas.
Not only a switch out from stage character, we also got a stage switch up, because instead of being in Pokemon Season 2 now in regular Battlefield right now, you know, Lucas kind of the same archetype as Zelda is. You know, the zone, I mean, the zone's not like there, but it's like PK Fire is like your very good projectile option. You also have the Zair option available. You're gonna see going for the Nair, gets the finally, but you don't see the Nair combos you typically see Lucas is doing, and all Sir can do is control the range with that forward air, and you see how much range that sword covers.
And Lucas, right, just has such a hard time finding his way past these big active hitboxes. Once he gets his way in with his air and everything else, he can do so much. But once again, trying to just, it looked like Mr. Fluffy was trying to, like, find his way under it because Lucas is short, but that move does not work that way, my friend. So instead, it is going to be Syrup's turn to just keep the pressure going. And if you thought last game was not going great for you, this game is going even worse. It's a full-on nightmare that this kid needs to wake up from. Lucas might have psychic powers, but my friend, all they're doing right now is giving them night terrors.
Oh. Yeah, we're going to see the PK Rocket just go through that pin just barely. I would have probably went out of my seat. That actually just hit the sweet spot forward. So going to connect with Syrup. He's only taking 29.3 damage as we're going to see PK, double PK Hunter get back onto the stage. Somehow, you know, another Nair come out back onto the ledge. And yes, I wanted to point that out. Fluffy's just picking his ledge options way too quickly and gets red for it.
I mean, it's hard, right? When you are stuck scrambling against the player you know is the favorite to win the tournament. It is so hard to separate the player and the matchup here. And frankly, this matchup slightly better than Zelda, but not too much. The pressure here, though, is immense, and maybe having a chance to get on the board finally, but still just not able to convert it and just using Zera to reverse momentum, get out of dodge, but even still just cannot get away from this onslaught of blades and wings.
Yeah, we're going to see the Zera get back onto the stage again. Backer catching the jump, so this is an opportunity for an edge guard right now. Forward air, oh, catches the PK Thunder, and unfortunately...
insane for that, by the way.
Yeah,
do you see that? He went up for the up special. That would have killed had it found its mark. Syrup was trying to do what Mars did yesterday. Mecha Noodle and find the reversal into the game. Instead, just having to clean it up with that back air. And showing you why he doesn't need to sweat these sets just yet, right? This man knows the best player in the building. He knows that he is projected to win this bracket. And he is playing like it so far early.
Yeah, we're going to see a bit of game one highlights right now. I mean, yes, we did see Fluffy get one glimpse of the lead, but that was all he ever got because that up throw was something that Sarah probably wasn't expecting. But ever since that stock, he didn't lose a single stock to Fluffy. He only lost a stock because he tried to find the up special, which unfortunately found the PK Thunder.
And right, this is kind of the issue with Zelda, right? Everything she has is so committal that Mr. Fluffy there tried to whiff punish Syrup, who was able to react, drift out, and then still find a punish while we're in end lag. But we're gonna wrap up looking at the rest of these replays, the rest of these interactions as the scramble comes in again, right? You just saw just not familiar with the mechanic of field SDI, something people are still learning how to do in Ultimate. But my friend, and once we finish up with these replays, I believe we're gonna give the viewers at home a little bit of a breather to use the restroom, get some water, or because we're gonna have some ads into a quick break right after the rest of these replays.
Let's look at this again, because you pointed out the up special that I was trying to come out here. Okay, see the pin going here. Yeah, you didn't have a jump, and yeah, just unfortunately caught a trade into the.
Yep, he buffered the forward air into up special there to try and find the stock, and off the trade, the up special still came out, still went for anyways. Absolutely gutsy, right, from Syrup, just showing you that he is him and he knows, right? He is him and he knows. Syrup, obviously the player to watch here in bracket. But speaking of watching, we've got some ads for you folks coming up right now, starting with Collision 2024.